Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Foote. About 50 some odd years ago, when I was a kid, I got into surf music with a borrowed guitar that my mom broke over my back, which kind of sealed the deal. Became a guitar player after that. Rode freight trains, hitchhiked to New York with a couple of buddies of mine. Met the love of my life, Susie, still together 53 years later, and played all the folk houses in New York City back then, and that was about the last time that I performed as a solo artist. So we're in for an experiment tonight. We'll see how it goes. When I first met my wife, one of the things that she had was a Ramblin' Jack Elliott album, and I fell in love with Ramblin' Jack. And in the years since, we've become good friends. Had a good time hanging out with Jack and John Prine when they were up here about 5 years ago. Boy, those guys got some stories. So most of the music that I'm going to be doing, all the music that I'm going to be doing tonight, except for this first song, are my original songs. But since I don't have any original songs that are as much fun as Ramblin' Jack's song that I used to sing, I figured I'm going to start off with that. It was only yesterday I thought I'd take a bath in some water, for a bath I hadn't had since heaven knows when. And for that bath I didn't want to pay a quarter, so I run down to the creek and hopped right in. I hung my clothes upon an apple tree limb, and it was there I got into an awful fix. When a little old lady came and sat right down beside them, and there she sat from 1 o'clock till 6, in the shade of the old apple tree. Eyes in water right up to my knee. I had to lay down while she was around, till only my nose you could see. Mosquitoes was biting my nose, and crawdads was nibbling at my toes. I had to lay there all day till she went away from the shade of the old apple tree. Now here's the pitiful part, boys and girls. It was only yesterday that Jane and I got hitched. You can bet your life I was a happy groom. Still there's only one thing that filled my heart with sadness, was parts of her were scattered all over the room. Her false teeth and glass eye was on the mantel, and on her bed she hung her only lock of hair. Still there's only one thing that filled my heart with sadness, was when she pitched 2 wooden legs upon a chair, and they were limbs from that old apple tree. Eyes in water right up to my knee. I had to lay down while she was around, till only my nose you could see. Mosquitoes was biting my nose, and crawdads was nibbling at my toes. I had to lay there all day till she went away from the shade of the old apple tree. Yes, I carved out my name, and there it was plain on her limb from that old apple tree. All right, that broke the ice. I'm sitting here with my engineer and producer, Dominic Romano.
Hey, everybody.
At Bongo Boy Studio, and having a lot of fun doing this here. So from New York, Susie and I, we moved to San Francisco, and in the very early 70s, like 1971, war on drugs, and they burned all the marijuana fields in Mexico, and that's where all the weed used to come from. And so we had nothing to smoke, and of course, we now know that the CIA is the ones that brought in cocaine. Had a couple of buddies of mine that wanted to do a cocaine deal, and they wanted to meet at my house. We had kind of a music hippie scene with a lot of people hanging out, and I ended up getting arrested by the DEA, worst scumbags I ever ran into in my entire life. I mean, really. I mean, I'd rather run into a robber on the street. But anyway, we went to court, and I was not involved in the actual thing, so they thought that they were going to press me and have me testify against these two dudes. And I thought that was immoral because they actually got drawn into it by the DEA. So, long story short, what ended up was DEA gave me a deal where if I just pled guilty, no time, just straight probation, and that was what I was looking for. But my lawyer said, well, here's the catch to that. What they're going to do, for the federal government, the judge is not bound by the deal. So what they're going to do is, after they give you this deal, they're going to then turn the tables and they're going to try and compel you to testify. And if you don't testify, then the judge is going to screw you later on. So I said, well, what's the way out? My lawyer said, well, if they can't find you, they can't make you testify. So that was kind of our first foray up into Humboldt County. We hid out at Ruth Lake for about 3 weeks until they got tired of hanging out waiting for us and ended up adjudicating my co-defendant's case. And so I was able to come back down and get the real deal without doing that. So anyway, here's a song that I wrote about hanging out at Ruth Lake as a federal fugitive. You could say I'm a desperate man, hiding in the desert with a rifle in my hand. People call me a desperate man, 'cause I sleep with one eye open, and I'm lightning fast. Yeah, and I'm wanted by the law. You could say that I've done no wrong. Somehow I just wound up on the wrong side of the law, leaving posses behind my back. I got wind, yeah, and I got rivers and mountaintops. To watch out for the cops. And it's time to hide, so I got to ride, 'cause I've got the law on my trail. Load the bullets in to my 6-gun and keep my ass out of jail. riding horses across the sky. I decided that I'm never gonna serve me no time. Lightning speed and a steady hand, I have to deal with so many that I waste my time. Just carving out the notches on my gun. You could say I'm a desperate man, hiding in the desert with a rifle in my hand. People call me a desperate man, 'cause I sleep with one eye open, and I'm lightning fast. And I'm wanted by the law. All right. Well, I made one little fumble in that, but it's not too bad for first time in half a century.
Hey, Jimmy, can I jump in with saying, hey everyone, this is Dominic, I'm the engineer. Can I jump in with some of the comments that people are saying?
Sure.
Tell you what, let's see. We got, well, your son, PJ.
Hey, PJ, how you doing?
He's watching.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, Gladdy.
He says, "Desperate Man, what a classic." You recognize that song right away. I swear, PJ is like one of your biggest fans, really.
He is, and it's kind of what kept me going all these years.
Yeah, it's always good to have that support. Jeff says, "Thanks, Linda, for bringing Jimmy in here. Sounds really good." And Maddie Simmons says, "Bless up and hi."
Hey, Maddie.
And there's a lot of people saying a lot of things. I'm just cruising over here. But yeah, I want to give you a sense. People are watching. They're enjoying it.
Great. All right. Well, that's really cool. Back in the old folk days, like when folk singer was singing, everybody was like totally quiet and listening to what they said, and that's kind of one reason why, stopped performing, because, I got tired of having to shush the crowd. Hey, shut up, you guys, I'm singing my song. But anyway, this is really cool because, if I disappoint somebody, I don't have to see it, I just could look on it. Anyway, after we got back from Ruth Lake, hanging out and stuff, my wife Susie went and became a professional recording engineer, one of the first two women engineers in the business. And so we had some time at major studio, Wally Heider's, where she worked to work on stuff, and that's how I got into music production. And this is one of the first songs that we did when we moved down there. Johnny, one of a kind, couldn't sleep, he had no bed he could call his own. Well, you take what you get in this world, and you got no friends when you're all alone. Someday you'll be looking back into your tracks, wishing you had cleaned up all your acts. Instead of running away, oh yeah. I can't tell you what it means to be free, and that's the truth. life falls your way, and nothing ever stays the same. You can change the picture, but you can't change your dues. You can wear your feet right through your shoes. Running our way, running our way. Time deals the truth, and no words could ever change a thing. I don't care if you are right or you're wrong. It's more important just to get along. 'Cause someday you'll be looking back into your past, wishing you had made your friends to last. Instead of running our way, running our way, running our way, running our way. Oh yeah, you're running, you're running, you're running, you're running, you're running, you're running away. You're running, you're running, you're running, you're running, you're running, you're running away. Running away. All right. Well, when my wife was working at the major studio, one day I get a call from her, and she was working with the producer Bob Johnston. He's the guy that brought you all of Dylan's best albums, from Highway 61, Nashville Skyline, New Morning, John Wesley Harding, all those. He produced Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison, produced Johnny Cash's Boy Named Sue. And Susie was working with him down in the studio, and they had an issue. They were trying to get a certain effect, and Susie called me up, and she had told them, well, if anybody can figure this out, it's my husband Jimmy. So I get this call from this major producer, and he says, your wife says, if anybody could do it, you can do this thing. I went down there and did it. It involved, bringing a big heavy speaker and putting it on a piano and a brick. And we became friends with Bob Johnson and his family for their lives. Bob and his wife just passed away a few years ago, as did their sons before them. But anyway, we used to hang out with Bob, and it was always just a trip. There's always all these people around and everything. And there was one of my songs that Bob would always have me play for everybody, and so it's for my buddy Bob. Think about your life, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna live for. You gotta think about your life, what do you believe in, what you're gonna die for. Are you gonna be pushed around, and how long before you have to defend yourselves? Think about your life, where you're gonna go, who you're gonna follow. gonna know the way to get yourself on top? Or are you gonna fall? Are you gonna be led around? And how long before you have to defend yourself? Oh children, oh children, oh children, oh children, don't throw away your time. Oh children, oh children, oh children, oh children, don't throw away your time. Think about your life, where's it gonna end? What you leave behind you. You gotta stand up for your rights. There's nowhere to run. The world is gonna find you. Are you gonna be chased around? And how long before you have to defend yourselves? Oh children, oh children, oh children, oh children, don't throw away your time. Oh children, oh children, oh children, oh children, you gotta think about your life. All right, hey, this is harder than it looks.
You're doing great. Got lots more people talking. When you talked about Susie being one of the first female engineers, it got a couple people cheering Susie on. Susie is amazing, and she's actually masquerading as you in the comments right now, too.
Yeah, Susie's me on Facebook, by the way, just to let you know.
If you ever see Jimmy Foot on Facebook.
Yeah, anytime I write something on Facebook, somebody's got to call me and say, take it down. So, because, yeah, Susie's a much better me.
Would you say she's your better half?
She's definitely my better half. She's probably my better 95%.
We got Xander Darcy saying, thanks for the inspiration, Jimmy. The stories of music, I needed this today.
All right. Hey, Xander, I enjoyed your Shelter and Play, too. Checked it out with Susie the other day.
All right. What is that? So that one's called Think About Your Life. What album is that from?
Think About Your Life. Gee, I don't even know what album that's on. It's on. I did a recent version of it. Maybe on.
I think it's on I Can See It.
And I Can See It.
Yeah.
My I Can See It album. I've got a bunch of albums out, co-produced by Dominic Romano here, and engineered by Dominic, and of course he's all over it. He's like my better half in the studio. Back in San Francisco, we had this dog named Koosh, and she was a big white Pyrenees mix, and I would take her down to the ocean every day just to run around and play. And it was about a I don't know, 20-minute ride from where we lived, and she would, you know, she had to pee. She's standing there next to me, all antsy. I wonder when the heck are we gonna get there, kind of thing. So I wrote this song for her, just kind of, you know, ease the tension here when we drove down there. Just a man and his guitar. Wait, hold on one second. Haven't sung these songs so long, so I do have a cheat sheet around just in case I can't remember the words for some reason. Just a man and his guitar and his funny little dog and his broken down old car, and he's always on the road. Just a man and his guitar and the dog that doesn't bite. A man and his guitar playing here tonight. He's got a song for every town, but he never writes them down. See, his dog knows every line, 'cause she hears them all the time. And sometimes that dog will whine, and she'll wag her tail in time, and some bum will throw a dime to the man and his guitar. He jumped off the train in Nashville, been out to New York City too. He's been all the way to L.A. Ain't no town he ain't been through. He's got more stickers on his suitcase than he has on his guitar case. You can always find him someplace, playing in a bar, just a man and his guitar and his funny little dog and his broken down old car. And he's always on the road, just a man and his guitar and a dog that doesn't bite. A man and his guitar, playing here tonight.
Nice. I feel like that's a great segue, because one of the questions we got that Linda sent to me ahead of time was what made you pick up guitar for the first time, and what was your very first guitar? Because you're definitely a guitar man.
Okay, my very first guitar was a Harmony F-hole. It was gold with a black stripe down the middle of it, painted, you know. It was given to me by my buddy Jerry Chambers. It was given to him by his older brother, Jay Chambers. And it had 4 strings on it when I got it, and had 2 strings on it a couple of days later, because I couldn't figure out which of the tuners was the one that was supposed to be tuning, and popped a couple strings. And my mom broke that up over my back, as I mentioned earlier, and then got me almost the identical version, but the Sears black Harmony F-hole with a little white striping around the outside. It's on my website. You can see all those old things. But I'll tell you, how I got into music was this. Jay Chambers, the older brother, took me and Jerry over to the rehearsal for this band called the Original Continentals, and they were big-time band in L.A. They were actually on television, had their own TV show back there in the early 60s. And we went to this rehearsal, and they're all set up, and the saxophone player says, actually the singer says, "Let's play Chains." There's this, "Chains, babies, got me locked up in chains." Anyway, that was one of the songs that they did. And the sax player says, "No, man, because I want to play Roll Over Beethoven." And the guy goes, "Well, F you, I want to play Chains." He says, "Well, F you, I want to play Roll Over Beethoven." Next thing you know, these guys are like full-out fist fight, punching each other over these amps and guitars that today are worth a fortune, like 54 Fender Stratocaster, gonna take a dive, So these guys get broken up. The singer gets in his panel truck, and he drives away in the night 100 miles an hour. And we're watching him, disappear in the darkness. Then we see him turn around and drive back 100 miles an hour, drive straight at everybody, and stop short about 3 feet in front of everybody. He gets out and he says, "Screw it, let's play Chains." And it was that moment that I was so excited about music that I just, could not turn back. So this next song is kind of dark, as are a lot of my songs that aren't instrumental or mostly instrumental. But with this Texas abortion bill and all this stuff, you got the Texas Taliban and stuff trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. I'd like to see, if they could figure out a way for a man to carry a baby for 9 months. And, any time that, he gets his girlfriend pregnant, he's got to carry the baby. You see a lot different stuff. But I've been warning about this for a long time. The, people, conflating, religion and politics and, mixing the two together and all that kind of stuff. So it's called the Jesus Police. The Jesus Police are coming tonight. They want to close down all the clinics in the name of the right. They want to save those babies if they're white. For the Aryan army of Jesus Christ. The Jesus Police are coming. They want to put you in jail. You fit the criminal profile. You're an average non-white male. They want you back on the chain gang. They've got some roads to pave. They've got Jesus on their side, but it seems they need a lot more slaves. The Jesus Police are coming. They're bringing all of their thugs. They're gonna murder some people in the name of the war on drugs. They're gonna come out of nowhere, seal off your neighborhood. They're gonna take all your children away and say that it's for their own good. Jesus Police are coming tonight with their automatic weapons. They've got you in their sights. I'd rather be a freedom fighter and pay the price than a good little Nazi in the name of Christ. Told you it was dark.
People are loving it though. I feel like you've got the right crowd for this right now.
I'll tell you something funny. The other day at 9/11, you had somebody in the neighborhood shoot off firecrackers. And I'm thinking, wow. Firecrackers? Do you know what 9/11 is? What are you celebrating? The terrorists? The $8.5 trillion wasted, in the war on terror in the Mideast. You got to be a knucklehead, and I think somebody probably tipped him off because it was just like a one shot. A couple of them came up, but anyway. All right, so this next song is we all have a fantasy of outrunning the cops. And I'm no exception. So here's a little song called Smokey on the Left. I was drinking kind of heavy, I was driving in my Chevy out partying late one night, when a couple of squad cars come up behind me with their sirens and their flashing lights. But I'm just a fun-loving country boy, and I don't give up without a fight. Smokey on the left, Smokey on the right, we're gonna have a party tonight. I was driving so fast that the cops couldn't pass. I looked down at my dash and I laughed. This little party's gonna go for a while, 'cause I got me a full tank of gas. And I'm just a fun-loving country boy, and I don't give up without a fight. Smokey on the left, Smokey on the right, we're gonna have a party tonight. Well, let's party. We were moving along, I knew that something was wrong. There'd be a roadblock coming up soon. So I shut off my lights and I hung a hard right and started driving by the light of the moon. Well, Smokey missed that turn, a lot of rubber burned, and in a minute I was nowhere in sight. Smokey on the left, Smokey on the right, we're gonna have a party tonight. Well, I had me some luck, Smokey never caught up, but they came by the very next day. I told him some crook had stolen my truck, I nearly caught him but he got away. Well, I don't know if they believe me or not, but they thanked me and they said all right. Smokey on the left, Smokey on the right, we really had a party that night. Smokey on the left, Smokey on the right, it really was a party that night. Boy, that's hard to play on an acoustic guitar.
I remember the recording that as do many of the recordings we've done had a probably spoken solo on it too.
Right. Yeah. Well, actually, that track on my Sky Rangers album, I believe, is the only recording that I've ever released that I'm not actually playing on. I'm singing on it, but
oh, that's right. We ended up hiring the Nashville crew, right?
Yeah, actually, Ron Cornelius, who is an old friend, and he was a best friend of Bob Johnston for many years, and he's the meat and potatoes guitar player on all those old Dylan albums, and Leonard Cohen as well. And so anyway.
Also, if you guys want to hear, the recordings that we're doing, PJ, Jimmy's son, is doing an awesome job of posting links to each song as we're doing. If you want to hear the final studio versions as we're going, so take a look in the comments if you haven't already.
Yeah, thanks, Bud. So I'm going to switch things up a little bit here. I've got a little looper that I'm going to run. And, this next song You know, I mean, we all know the deal that's going on, you know, with the disinformation, you know, in this country. A lot of people don't understand what catfishing is. Catfishing, you know, I guess the simplest example would be, you know, some guy sees a girl on Facebook and he falls in love. Well, that girl's a 450-pound, 15-year-old guy in, you know, China or something, right? And he thinks that she's some girl living down the street. I think that a lot of the information on the internet is like that. You know, you can be who you want to be, you can say what you want to be, you can create your own reality, but the truth is the truth, no matter if nobody believes it, and a lie is a lie, even if everybody believes it. So anyway, that's what this song's about. I can't believe the things I've heard you say. I know they don't come from you. Your head is filled with things you've heard about that just aren't true. Now I've tried to bring you to your senses, but it's no use to try. You seem to think that 1 and 1 is 3, and it makes me wanna cry. No, don't believe the lies. The truth has got nothing to hide. Don't believe the lie. You used to think for yourself and then you just fell in line. You never looked past the bad information you got, and that's just a crime. Did you ever stop to think to yourself, how could this really be? I tried to get you back on track with the facts, but you wouldn't listen to me. No, don't believe the lies. I know that you know it inside. Don't believe the lies. No, don't believe the lies. You've got to open your eyes. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe the lies. Okay, so there's this old guy, he's walking down the street, and he sees a frog. And the frog says to him, he says, "Hey, old man, pick me up and kiss me, and I will turn into a beautiful young woman and fulfill your every desire." So the old man picks up the frog, and he puts him in his pocket, and he starts walking away. And the frog says, "How come you didn't kiss me?" He says, "At my age, I'd rather have a talking frog." So, anyway, most people that know me, I'm pretty big on smoking pot. Everybody in my immediate family was a total nutcase. And for some reason, cannabis has kept me from going over the rails for quite some time here. So anyway, here we go. It's another one. When I wake up to a rainy day, I smoke my marijuana and the rain go away. The sun comes up so bright and yellow, and in my soul I feel so mellow. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. The world, they send their kids to war, but when they smoke the marijuana, they won't do it no more. They'll just be kicking it and feeling fine, and when they see each other, they'll be flashing a peace sign. They'll be discussing how to grow the kind, and any other subject that would come to mind. The world would be so superb if everybody go and smoke the herb. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. When you get old and you're feeling pain, you smoke some marijuana and feel young again. You feel connected to the earth and sky, 'cause there ain't nothing like a marijuana high. Marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Well, in my dreams, it's a brand new day. I hear the president of the USA say, "I'm sorry that I dissed you guys. I smoked some marijuana and it opened my eyes. I turned on every leader in every state, and now the whole world is doing great. Everyone is free to do as they wanna, and we owe it all to marijuana. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Anytime I wanna smoke the marijuana, anytime I wanna smoke the marijuana, anytime I wanna smoke the marijuana, gonna smoke the marijuana, gonna smoke the marijuana. Anytime I wanna smoke the marijuana, anytime I wanna smoke the marijuana, smoke the marijuana, gonna anytime I wanna, gonna smoke it, smoke it, smoking it, smoking it. Hey, no way to fade that one out, so I'm just gonna have to just kill it.
You've got a bunch of people chiming in that about how much they love marijuana.
All right.
Janella says she wishes her dad would try it because he needs it badly. Linda Faye Carson says he loves a good joint. Good for the my joints love a good joint. Get him some edibles. Great song. Yeah, people are loving it.
All right, great. Yeah, I wish I could hear you guys because I'd usually have a crowd singing that if I was going to do that. That's a.
Speaking of good things, we got tonight's a fundraiser, and we've got $165 donated to Food for People already.
All right, yeah, I want to punch that up there. You know, Food for People needs some help right now, and there's a lot of people hurting. You know, a lot of these benefits have expired, and so anybody's got a little extra, if you could just pitch in, that would be fantastic. You know. Somewhere in there, somebody was asking me, you know, how I go about songwriting, right? That's funny because I've been part of this songwriting group and trying to figure that out myself. You know, a lot of songs just come just like that. You know, you write a song, you know, the whole thing is like right there, just in, you know, first time you hear it. And then, you know, some songs, you know, you wind up with a piece. You have a verse that you're looking for a chorus, or a chorus looking for a verse. Sometimes an event happens that, you know, will trigger you into that. But a lot of my songs, you know, starts, you know, with a groove. You know, I'm like, you know, playing my guitar and, you know, coming up with something here. So next couple songs are going to be like that. This next one is off of my Living Three Lives album, my latest one. And here it goes. Well, I asked you nice and I warned you twice. Now everybody's gotta pay the price for what you've done. Got it all turned around and it's upside down. I don't know what to do. I'm so mad at you and it weighs a ton. I ask you, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What have we got to lose? Except for living this life of blues. We were going along just like nothing was wrong, but the feelings were strong and I just can't go on without speaking out. I think you're out of your mind if you think we got time. You know, we're falling behind, I'm at the end of my line. You know what I'm talking about. I ask you, what are we gonna do? What have we got to lose? Except for living this life of blues. Well, the loop got away from me. I forgot to push a button. All right, that was okay. Yeah, little experiments here. This is a song, you know, when you find the right person in your life, it's tough going it alone, so. Standing in the dark, out here in the cold, I was thinking to myself, somewhere deep inside my soul, how I'd face the world alone, with darkness all around, and I never thought I'd see the light of day. I was lost, but now I found you. I was lost, but now I found you. looking all around and seeing where I was. I never thought that I would ever find my way, because I thought it was too late. I thought it was my fate. And that's when you came into my life. I was lost, but now I found you. I was lost, but now I found you. Looking at the sky out here in the rain, I was thinking to myself how I'll never be the same, how it's never gonna be the way it was before, the day that you came into my life. I was lost, but now I found you. I was lost, but now I found you. I was lost, but now I found you. All right, hey, it's time. I ran out of songs. I mean, ran out of time for my songs. I have a whole bunch of songs here, but ran out of time. So, hey, it was wonderful being with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And anybody, come on down to Bongo Boy for your next broadcast. We got everything all hooked up here. See you later on.